What do you hate doing? I hate calling people on the phone with a passion. I don't know why. I'm not even shy. Here I am with my own YouTube channel. Maybe it's because I'm a writer and I often say that if I wanted to spend time talking to people on the phone, I'd have become a producer. But here's the thing. Whatever the problem I have to face is, I always try to solve it without phoning anyone. I'll go online, I'll turn up in person. I just don't want to have to telephone anyone. How does this help your sitcom? You need to know what your sitcom characters love doing and hate doing, because it profoundly affects the plot of your sitcom, their particular pursuit. Your characters hate doing certain things and they love doing other things. They're bad at certain things and they're really good at other things. And sometimes they're good at things they hate doing and vice versa. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle really hated writing Sherlock Holmes. He tried not to. He wrote other books that he wanted people to like. He even tried killing off Sherlock Holmes so he wouldn't have to write any more. But he had to go back to writing more stories of the most famous fictional character of the day, which is kind of funny in its own way. Sometimes people are good at things they hate doing and bad at things they love doing, or at least not as good. Gareth Bale was the most expensive footballer in the world when he transferred from Tottenham Hotspur to Real Madrid in September 2013. But he really loved golf. I know, he preferred it. He wanted to be a golf pro, but he just wasn't quite good enough. He was really good at football. He wasn't as good at golf. So this isn't about ability. This is about passion. That is the fifth P in our series. And that is cog number 5 in my sitcom engine that I've created, because I've been a sitcom writer for 25 years and I've needed a way to come up with sitcoms that generate story after story, episode after episode. I've written or co-written over 100 episodes of BBC TV or radio. So go back and watch the other 4 videos which deal with the first 4 of these 10 things that all begin with P. In fact, there is a playlist in the link below. Now, in the last 2 videos, we talked about, I talked about how your character needs a particular pursuit. That means they should be going after something specific, but they won't go about it in the way that you would, or the way that I would, or in the way that other characters would. They will go about it according to their passion, to their loves and their hates. That's what the character cannot help caring about or avoiding or using as their default solution. Let's say Pam is very collaborative. She loves doing things with other people. So when she is given something to do, or better, she discovers something that she wants to do, she tries to involve other people in it, making it harder and more complicated. Leo is very academic and is passionate about knowledge. He tries to solve his problems by finding out as much information as he can. That's how he solves problems, or at least credibly procrastinates his problems. This in turn means the problem is now getting worse and worse rather than being addressed. James Carey, this guy, a YouTuber, is very articulate and good with words, but he refuses to solve his problems by picking up the phone and speaking to someone. His problem probably just got harder rather than simpler to solve. Sitcom characters only know how to be themselves, and the escalation of the plot doesn't come from just general chaos, but commitment to character. The beauty of looking at your characters in this way is that it takes their strengths and their virtues, things that we like about them, and turns them into a weakness or even a vice. Their best quality is their undoing. It's the thing that makes the problem worse. We've established in the previous video, the video about pursuit, that it's important that their plot gets harder and harder for the hero, getting worse and worse and worse. And this really helps you achieve that. Otherwise, you're just relying on bad luck or an arbitrary flaw rather than character to make your character's life harder and therefore funnier. because we like funny, right? That's why we're writing sitcoms. So, for example, Roger is a charmer and a great salesman, but his insistence on solving the problem his own way with words and charm causes offence and makes this problem worse. Marion is an organiser with a spreadsheet. She is a brilliant project manager, but this problem that she now faces didn't need a spreadsheet, and now she's upset someone because she's treated them like a data point or a cell on a spreadsheet, and now the problem has gotten worse. Steve is a workaholic and solves every problem by just getting his head down. But this problem needs fixing by stopping and thinking. By the time he realises that, he's wasted hours and tons of energy working on a solution that was dead on arrival. It was never going to work. The deadline is now nearer and he is exhausted. The problem is now worse. Debbie is very ethical. Her problem could be solved simply by telling a lie. Everyone lies, especially in the situation she finds herself in, but she won't. On principle, and now the problem is worse. A character's greatest asset becomes a liability. Their pursuits and their problems come from their character, not random chance. So your sitcom is a precinct full of personalities. Their personalities pursue a particular thing and they pursue them with passion. So that's passion. We are now halfway through the 10 Ps, 5 down, 5 to go. And if you want to know when they're going to drop, why don't you get on the mailing list, and then you'll also find out about other workshops and webinars that I'm running as well. There's a link to that mailing list called the Situation Room, which is a Substack, in the links below, as well as a link to all the services that I offer for professional development. Thanks for watching.